I have discussed about the data types in R, and we have seen how we can create various variables or objects in R, and also we have seen various kinds of data types, and we have created those kind of objects in R, right? And also we have gone through the interface of R Studio, and all along with R, we have also worked on R Studio. From today onwards, I'm starting with or working with the R Studio only, right? So today's agenda is I'm going to talk about the data structures, right? So give me a second. I'm going to share my screen, and then we will see today's concept. Okay, I think I shared my screen. My screen is visible to every one of you.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. So I'm writing the topic which we are going to discuss today, that is data structures in R. So firstly, we will see yesterday when I told you how to create any object in R. I think we have seen, suppose I'm creating X as an object in R. So I have assigned one value to it. It is not like, because now we are talking about R Studio or R in terms of analysis of the data, right? Because here we will need to see how we can analyze our data using R. So we know this thing, when we are talking about the analysis of the data, it is like we need to use or we need to have multiple values or observations in any particular variable or in any particular field, right? That means we will not deal with a individual or single value. So now we need to see, if suppose I created any object X and I want to store here more than one value. Suppose I want to store 3 and 4 in the X. So whether this is a correct way of storing these two values in X or not. So I'm pressing Control Enter as I have written my line in or code line in the text editor. So to execute it, yesterday I told you, if you want to execute any line of your text editor, you need to press Control Enter, or you can see, you can come here at the upper area of this particular window, and you can find there is a run. You can click on this also, right? So both ways, either you can press shortcut key Control Enter, or you can press the run icon here, right? Now you can see, once I have pressed Control Enter, I'm getting an error says unexpected comma in X assigned 3. I hope visible to everyone and getting everyone what I did. Is it okay, friends? My screen is visible, I hope.
Yes, ma'am. It's visual.
So, and it is, the concept is clear what I said.
Yeah.
Fine. Thank you, sir. So it is very clear. That means if I want to store more than one observation, more than one value in any entity or in any object, this is not the correct way. So that is that this particular problem is rising the importance of data structures in R, right? That means data structures are what? These are the ways of organizing, managing data in any object or in memory of R. So to organize your data, to manage your data, to manipulate your data, you are taking the help of data structures. These are the ways of storing your data in any particular object. So other definition I can say, these are the ways of storing any data or series of data in any object, right? So this way, this is the definition of data structures. I hope it is clear. That means if I want to store multiple values in any object, I can, or I need to take the help of data structures. Fine? Clear to all?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Now, what are the various data structures available in R? So I'm writing the name. So I'm writing the types of data structures. The first one is vector. Second one is list. Third one is vector. Fourth one is matrix. Fifth one is array. And sixth one is data frames. I hope visible, noted down by everyone. There are 6 types of data structures in R: vector, list, vector, matrix, array, and data frames. Okay? Fine?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. One by one, as I said yesterday, today we are only taking the first 3, which is vector, list, and vector. Tomorrow I'll talk about the remaining 3. So now today's agenda is I need to discuss the first 3 data structures. I am taking the very first one, that is vector. Vector is nothing but it is an arrangement data in one-dimensional form. Right? So that means vectors are one-dimensional and homogeneous. Now, what do you mean by homogeneous? Homogeneous here meaning is that vectors can store same kind of data. That means if I am storing numbers, so I can store all the numbers in a vector. If I'm storing the character data, I need to store all the character data. If I will try to store, means it is not like if you're storing multiple or mixed kind of data in any particular object using the vector methods, it will give you any error. No, it will not give you any error, but it will forcefully convert your remaining data types into the any one of the data types. That means suppose if I created any vector in which I have stored numbers and in which I have stored some character also. So what a vector will do, it will convert all the observation type as the character. So character is the highest level or highest type of data type in the vector or in the R. That means if you are having any what I can say data structure which is having character, apart from that it is having some other data types also, so it will give first priority to the character and it will keep the type of that particular vector as the character. I hope it is clear what I said. It is known as person in the R. It will change the type of your data type. Is it clear what I said?
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we will see the methods, using which methods we can create vectors in the R environment. So the first method is the colon method. That is operator method. Second is the C function method. Third is the SEQ. You can call it sequence and REP. Usually these are the ways of creating vectors in R. Colon, C, sequence, and repeat or repeated. Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine.
Yeah.
Okay. Now we will see all 4 one by one. I'll use firstly the vector method. Suppose I'm giving the name of my vector as V. V is any object which I am declaring as a vector. Suppose I have written here 2:10. So meaning is that if you are using a colon method, it will generate the series of your data and keeping the distance as 1. Means every whatever is the initial number I am giving in the colon, the vector will start from that and it will end to the last value, that is the after colon whatever number you have given, and the increment in the observations or the data points will be by 1. So once I am pressing enter, you can see we are not getting any error. So I have pressed control enter, right? Enter meaning control enter, right? Now when I'm calling my vector V, you can see it is showing me 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That means total 9 observations I have stored in the V. If I want to see number of observations, I can use the function called length. Length is returning me the number of data points or observations stored in V. Is it clear? I'm expecting you to perform along with me. Please do it. If you have done, please tell me.
Yeah.
Shall I?
Yeah, you can proceed further.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you so much, sir. So this way, this is the very simple method, that is colon. Now we will see the C function, that is concate. C stands for concate. So concate method or concatenation we are using here to create the vector. So next vector I am giving the name as V1. Using the C, I am passing out some figures or some values here. Now you can see no error you are getting, and you have kept or you have stored more than one value also inside the V1 because you are using concatenate. So it is helping you to concatenate all the observations or data points which you want to store in the V1. So now once I will call or print my vector V1, you can see these are the values stored inside V1. I think it is okay. Fine. Not necessary you need to enter the figures or values which I have entered. Any values you can enter here. Is it okay? I am writing is dot vector, pressing control enter. You can see it is returning me true. Done. I am asking whether V1 is a vector. It is true. V1 is a vector. Fine. And I'm checking whether the vector 1 is a numeric vector. So it is telling me yes, it is true. Friends, done. Fine, everyone. I hope it is done. Shall I proceed?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that way, this is the C function method. Using that, you can create any vector. If you wish to check the length, that means how many data points you have entered in the V1, you can use the length function. There are 8 data points or 8 observations in the V1. Now I'm going for the next method, that is SEQ. Creating the next vector named as V2. Now, inside the V2, using the sequence function, I am writing suppose 1 to 15, pressing enter. So it is generate a sequence from 1 to 15, although I have not written that this sequence will increase by how many or how much it should increase. So I'm not entering that. So that means by default it will increase the sequence by 1. So when I will call V2, you can see it is returning you from 1 to 15 numbers, right? Apart from this, if suppose I have written V3 using the sequence function, if suppose I have written 1, 20 and written here 2, that means I want to create a sequence which is starting from 1 to which is starting from 1 and ending to 20, and the sequence should increase by 2. So it is executed. I am pressing Control Enter. It is returning me 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13, 19, 17, and 20. So the minimum is 1. Means your sequence will be in between 1 to 20, increasing by 2. Is it clear? Okay to all? I don't know how many of you are performing along with me. Friends,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, done. Fine, thank you, sir. So if sequence is done, I'm going for the next method of creating the vector, which is rep. V4 I'm creating here. So you can see once I have written 2, after which I have written 3. That means how many times I want to repeat this 2. So it is 3 times, right? Now, so meaning is that at the first position, I have entered a vector in which I have stored 3 elements, 2, 3, and 5. And after that, I have written 2. That means after the bracket, I have written 2. Meaning is that I want to give instruction to R, create a vector in which there will be element will be 2, 3, 5, and these will be coming 2 times, right? So once I am pressing Control Enter, without any error, it is executed. I am printing or calling my vector. You can see it is coming as 2, 3, 5, 2, 3, 5. Then this set is created 2 times. Okay, friends.
Hello, tell me, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead. We are following you right now. Precisely, I am following.
Okay, fine. Thank you so much, sir. Actually, thing is that, sir, I'm not getting are you people are performing or not. So that is why I need to ask again and again. Fine. If
Just,
you
I am trying to note it down, right? I mean, that's the problem.
you are not performing, you are just noting down.
Noting down first.
With means the space is okay. It is possible for you to enter or write.
Yes, yes.
Fine. So next, I have created the vector named as rep function I have used here. Inside that, I have given a vector 1, 2, 3. R will be the 3 elements, and I have written times 2. So coming as you can see, no error you are getting. It is giving me 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That means either I can write directly this 2 or I can write times. Times meaning is I'm giving an instruction to the R that create a vector in which there will be 3 elements 1, 2, 3, and these will be repeated 2 times, right? Other is V7. I'm creating again using the rep. This time, instead of using times, I'm using each. You can see no error I am getting. I'm calling V7. So now you can see the difference. When I have given times, it is completing one set and then repeating it. But when I'm writing to each, when I'm writing each equals to 2, so that means each element is repeated 2 times. 1, 2 times, 2, 2 times, 3, 2 times. Clear? Done? Is it fine? Shall I go ahead? Tell me what will be the length of B7? What will be the length of B7? Any idea? What will be the length of B7? Hello?
Just could you repeat it?
What will be the length of B7?
Oh,
6, ma'am.
Very good. Thank you so much, Asna ma'am. It will
I
be,
need 6.
yeah, very correct. Thank you. So, I think I have written wrongly the name. It is returning me 6. Done? Thank you so much, both of you. So this way, these are the various ways of creating vectors in R. I tried to explain you 4 ways: colon, C, that is concate function, C function, sequence function, and repeat function. These are the 4 methods we have seen. Now we want to see, means it is not like I can only create the number vector or numeric vector. I can also create the character vector. For example, suppose I want to create a name vector. I have used here the C function. So as it is a character vector, I need to enclose every element inside the single quote or inside the double quote, right? Suppose I have written a name like Mahima after comma double quote. So both I am showing you, both are accepted here, right? It's Sapna, then maybe it's Anjali, then Asna, right? Then Asha. Suppose 5 elements I have taken here. So now, pressing Control Enter, you can see it is executed. And once I call my vector name, I can see it is returning me all the elements which we have stored inside this particular vector. So like you can create the character vector, you can create the logical vector, you can create the complex number vector. If you wish to create the integer vector, that is also you can create. So I think in quickly I'll show you one by one how you can create those vectors. Suppose I'm creating vector I1 using the C function. So here I have written then. Oh. Anyone who can tell me what mistake I have made here on line number 124? Anyone? What is the mistake? It is showing me error, object I1 not found, but I have already created I1. What is the error? Yeah, anyone? What is the error? Hello?
Could you clarify further?
What is the error? I think you can see line number 123 and 124, and you can see the console. It is returning me or giving me an error. What is the error? How I can resolve it?
Could you clarify this? Because I was not following this just because of the
Sorry?
net issue.
Negi sir, it is not audible to me clearly.
Now,
Little bit.
I said I was not following this. Could you clarify me once more this particular aspect?
Okay, I created a vector you can see line number 123. In line number 123, I created a vector I1, stored some integer value inside the vector using the C function, and I'm calling the same vector now. Once I called the vector, you can see in the console it is returning, or it is returning us error, object I1 not found. How I can resolve it? Any idea to anyone?
No, ma'am.
Okay, fine. So you can see yesterday I told you R is a case sensitive language. Capital I and small I is different for for R, right? So you can see I created small I and then 1, and I'm calling capital I1. That is why it is unable to find, right? That means you are not writing a correct address here. So that is why it is giving you any this kind of error. So now once I have made it small I1, it is returning me the values I stored inside this. I am checking its type now. Suppose I have written here the type of I1. It is showing me integer, right? Fine, everyone. Fine. Is it okay? Shall I go ahead? Friends, is it fine? Okay. I think you people are there listening to me. Shall I go ahead? Shall I go ahead, friends? Are you there? Shall I go ahead? Hello? Listening to me, I hope. Friends?
Hello?
Yes, Rajesh, sir, I can hear you. Shall I go
Yeah,
ahead?
yeah, please go ahead.
Yeah, thank you so much, sir. Fine. So I think we have created one character vector. After that, I created an integer vector. Now, if suppose I want to create logical vector. Logical vector means all the values which I am storing inside the vector will be logical in nature. This was the integer vector. So I'm giving the name to the vector as B8. C function I need to use, and you need to be very much clear. As I told you, generally true and false are known as the logical values. So if you are writing true, you need to write true in all caps. If suppose you are writing, it is like this, that is not, it is not correct for R. True, this true is not defined, right? So you need to see this thing. So this true is a keyword defined as a logical value. Apart from, spelling mistake. Capital T and capital F is also designated for true and false. Even I think 0 and 1 also you can keep. Now you can see. Returning you, in place of true it is 1, in place of false it is 0. And once if I am converting it into see this, it will return me like this. Fine, everyone? Negi set is clear? Hello? Hello, shall I go ahead? Negi sir, you have understood what I did?
No, you go ahead. Like,
Okay, fine. Thank you, sir. Okay, so that means we have seen various kind of vectors creation. Now I will talk about the concept of indexing, which is very important in R. Indexing is what? It is nothing, but it shows the position of any element it shows the position of any element in the data structure. So here if you can see, suppose I am creating X as a vector. Now you can, anyone who can tell me what is the position of 4 in the X vector? What is the position of 4 in the X vector?
Second position.
Very good, very good. Thank you so much, sir. It's second. So the difference in R and Python is what? In the Python, indexing or positioning of any element starts from the 0. That means for the 2, position is 0. But in R, the indexing starts from 1. So you need to understand the difference in R and Python. Index in R starts from 1. That means for the first element, index will be 1. For second element, it is 2. But in the Python, index for first element is 0. For second element, it is 1. That means n minus 1 can be the position of any element in the data structure. Is it okay? Clear? So, yeah, thank you, sir. So if suppose, so for that, I need to tell you again one more thing. I think we all know, everyone is well versed with these kind of parentheses. Yes or no? Have you seen all the 3 pairs of parentheses or brackets? Everyone, I think we have seen, we all have studied mathematics during our school days. So I think we all have seen these 3 kind of parentheses. Yes or no? Okay, so if I say the first one, this is we are using for any function in R. That means you can see here I created a vector using C function. So C is concatenate is a function. So I have used the round bracket. This is round bracket, right? Now when I talk about the square bracket. So square brackets are used for what? Used for, these are used for index purpose. Means when I want to get the position of any element, I will use this square bracket. The third pair of the vectors, which is the curly brackets. These we are using for what? We are using for the looping. So for loop, that is while loop, for loop, if loop, etc. If you want to use these kind of loops, you are using the curly brackets, right? So these are the utility of these 3 kind of brackets. That is Again, I'm repeating round bracket, square bracket, and the curly brackets. Round brackets we are using for the function. Curly brackets we are using for the loop. Square brackets we are using for the index purpose. So means when I want to access any element from any data structure, I will use the square bracket, right? So for accessing the element from any data structure, we are using the square brackets. So now we will see, suppose x, after x, I have used the square bracket, I have passed the 3, meaning is what I want to access or I want to see what I have stored in the x at the third position. So x of 3 is 5. That means at the third position element is stored is 5. Clear? Friends, clear? Hello? It is clear?
Yes.
Understanding everyone?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay. So do I need to copy what I have written here in this particular editor, or you people are maintaining your notes along with me?
If you can copy, that would be prudent.
Okay. Okay. Thank you, Rajesh sir. Thank you for telling me. So what I'm doing, because I'm copying from the first line. I think from today we started discussion from here, right? Fine. So what I'm doing, I'm putting in the chat. Anyone who wish to take it from the chat, you can copy and paste in your R console or in your this editor.
If possible, you can put it in the group also, right?
I think on group it is little bit difficult because I need to open the WhatsApp here, sir.
Okay, fair enough.
So till the time, whatever I have written, I have pasted in the chat. From chat, I think easily you can copy and paste in your Word file or maybe in your editor. If you people have downloaded R, so better you can download it, you can copy and paste on your editor and you can run those lines. So that way it is showing you the output also. You can connect better. Fine? It is okay. Shall I proceed now?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Fine. So I told you use of the square bracket we are using for the purpose of accessing any element from any data structure. Any question? Fine. Now we will see the manipulation in vector. If I want to manipulate something into the vector, how I can do? So you can see here x is a vector. There are 6 elements we have stored inside the vector x. So suppose I want to change the third position or maybe fourth position element inside the vector. So what or how I can do this? So I need to write the name of my vector. I need to write the position of the element, and then I need to assign whatever I want to assign. So suppose I want to assign 22 at the fourth position of the x vector. So this way I can press enter. You can see no error I'm getting. Once I will call x, you can see previously it was 1 at the fourth position. Now there is 22 at the fourth position. Right? Clear? Done? Shall I proceed?
Yes. See.
Done. Thank you, sir. So this way, we have seen how we can make manipulations in the vector. Similarly, if I want to perform arithmetic operations on vectors, which it is also possible, only you need to create the vectors. So x is already I'm creating a new vector, which is y, using a C function only. Now you can see I have created the y. I'm calling the y. This is y. Now for the arithmetic operation, suppose I want to get the addition of x and y. So what I'll do, I'll write x plus y. So you can see it is giving me the output with the message, a warning message, which is saying longer object length is not multiple of the shorter object length. Why so? Because in the x there were total 6 elements, but in the y there were only 5 elements. So what R has done for us, it has added the same position element, that is 2 plus 2, which is 4, right? Similarly, it is 4 minus 5, which is minus 1. 5 plus 10, 15, 45 plus 4. I think I have made changes. Yes, it was 22. 22 plus 4, 26. And 45 plus 11, it was 56. What about this last element of x? So what it will do, R will do to match the length of the larger object. So you can see the larger object in our case is x. So to match its length, what R will do, it will repeat the element of y to match the length of x. That means now in the 3, it will add this first element, which is 2. So it is 5. Clear? What is the meaning? It is known as recycling. Okay. Is it okay, friends? Clear? Similarly, you can perform subtraction, multiplication, then division for the 2 or more vectors. It is possible for you to do with the vectors also. So this is about the first data structure, that is vector. So I think you have understood what we have understood here. We have understood the concept of vector, meaning of vector. We have seen how we can create vectors. We have seen 4 different methods of creating vector. Apart from that, we have seen the concept of indexing. We have understood the various kind of brackets, their uses, and understood the use of square bracket in case of indexing. We have seen the manipulation of the data in any vector, and also we have performed arithmetic operations on vector. So this is about the first data structure, which is vector. Now I am moving to the next vector, which is list. Now what is list? List is very much like vector, but this it is also one dimensional, but heterogeneous. So it is again, means a list is a one dimensional. Either it can be stored in a row and column form, right, which is list, but it stores the data of multiple types. Heterogeneous means multiple types. Previously, you have seen vectors are storing same kind of data, but list can store multiple kind of data types. That means if I means in a list, I can store even number, even I can store character, the logical value, complex number, even vector also I can store, even list I can store in the list, matrix also I can store inside the list. So that way list is heterogeneous in nature, but it is one dimensional. Okay. The keyword which we will use here to create list is the list only. L will be small here, right? So list is a keyword. Using that we can create or generate list in the R environment. Is it okay? Fine with everyone? What I said? Are you people listening? Is it okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Thank you. Moving and now creating the first list. I use the function called list. Now, see, I created a list. I want to see firstly, suppose length of L1. So total 5 elements are there in the list L1, 23, 19.1, T that is true, hello, and the one vector which is having 4 elements, right? Once I am calling my list, you can see it is showing me first element 23, then 19.1, then true, and then hello, and lastly 2, 3, 5 is a vector. So 5 elements I stored inside the list. Now I'm creating the second list. So I created list 2, right? Now, if I wish to store list 2 in the another list, suppose I'm creating one more list that is L3. So it is possible for me to store L2 inside L3, right? Once I will call L2, these are the elements. Once I'll call L3, you can see the elements. L2, L3. First element 1, second element 4, third element true, and fourth element is the complete list. Done? Fine, everyone?
Yes,
Fine,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Fine. Now, so we have seen this. Similarly, now I want to access the elements of list. How I can access the element? So I need to write the name of my list. Suppose L1 I have written and I have written 2. That means I want to access the second element of my list. So you can see it is returning me 19.1 and you can check out L1 is this and in this second position element is 19.1, right? Now if I want to replace, that means I want to do the manipulation. Manipulation if I want to make in the list, I need to write the name, I need to write the position of the element where I want to make the manipulations, and then I can assign anything which I wish to. So once I will call L1, you can see instead of 19.1, it will be stored as, you can check out, second element is 34 now. Previously, in the L1, the second element was 19.1, but in the new list, this element is now 30. This is known as manipulation in the list. Is it clear? Is it okay, friends?
Yes, ma'am.
Fine. Okay, now this is known as merging of list. So I have created a new list which is L4 in which I have merged my previously two lists which I created named as L1 and L2. So I have merged them. So this is known as merging of list. Now I can call L4 and you can check out. Now there are total 10 elements. In the L1 there were total 5 elements. In the L2 there were total 5 elements. So 5 plus 5, 10. So in the new list, You can check out in the new list total 10 elements. L4, 23, 34, true, hello, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10.3, 11, 30, world, and false. So that way, or that way I can merge two lists. Is it okay? I think there were no questions, and so that means I'm understanding. People are getting me everything, whatever I'm telling you.
Yes, ma'am. Merging is clear.
Fine. Okay, so manipulation done, access of the elements done, merging of the lists done, creation of the list done. So I think this is about the list. Lists are heterogeneous. I already told you. Fine. Now I'll go for the third object. Sorry, data structure, which was factor. So factor. Okay, how many of you are knowing about categorical data? Anyone who knows about categorical data? Anyone is having any idea about categorical data?
When we have different categories,
Hmm.
like
Any example, Anjali ma'am?
ma'am, like we can say, in automobiles there are different categories. Automatic hai and manual hai, plus petrol, diesel. There are different categories in the automobile sector.
Very good, very correct. Thank you so much, Anjali ma'am. So when I talk about categorical data or categorical variable, I can say when wherever there are categories in the data, means it is a qualitative data firstly, right? So for example, as ma'am said, type of what I can say transmission, of whether the vehicle is automatic, whether the vehicle is manual, that is type of transmission, right? Similarly, if I am saying gender, gender means there is a male, there is a female. So this kind of data is known as categorical data. So how I can define that this data is categorical data in R programming? So factor is a data structure which is providing me the facility to declare any element or any object as a factor, as a categorical data. So factor is nothing. It is a way to declare any object as categorical data or as categorical, right? So using factor, you can convert a simple object into the categorical data, right? So for example, suppose I'm creating a vector that is C, right? Now I'm using here or storing here the value. Suppose, as we know, gender is generally male, female, right? I'm not taking the third gender here. I'm only taking here the male and female. So now you can see I executed gender, right? Now I want to see its type. I'm writing type of gender. It is returning a character. Means it is a character, but it is not a vector. What is the difference in factor and character or vector? One more thing I'm writing is dot vector for gender. Whether the gender is a vector, it is returning me true. Means gender is a vector, gender is a character vector, but it is not a factor. Suppose I am writing is dot factor for gender. Now we'll see. Sorry, it is if, not if, it is. It is returning me false. Means gender is not a factor. So what I need to do to convert this into the categorical data or into the factor data, I need to use the function called factor. So what I'll do now, instead of again creating everything inside the factor, I have already passed I have already passed the name of the vector. Means already I have created one vector here, visible to everyone. On line number 186, already created a vector gender.
Yes,
Now,
ma'am.
yeah, inside the vector, I have only given the name of my vector and storing the same into the same object, which is gender. Now I'm pressing Control Enter. You can see without any error, it is executed. I want to show you the difference. I executed again the line number 186. Now I'm calling gender. You can see its output, right? Now I'm converting it into the vector, and then again I'm calling gender, and you can see the difference. Previously, when gender was a vector, you can find these were the elements we have stored. But when I converted the gender into the vector, you can find elements are these. Along with that, we are having the labels. Visible? Friends, visible?
Ma'am, if we have converted the vector into the vector format, so only one symbol should be recognized, na? Kyunki, just because in a vector we consider only one element. Why it is MF, MF, MF?
So according to you, should no, I'm not getting. One is this is showing you the values or the data points which we have stored, and this is getting you these are the only labels. Problem with this, why it is giving you MFM? You can see carefully. I have made one mistake. In case of M, you can see this M is there is a space, and one end when there is no space. So I'm removing this space firstly. Executing it again, executing this is again, and now you can call this again. You can see now there are only two labels. Labels means how many categories are there in your data. There are two categories only, male and female. So labels are that, and these are the values.
Okay, ma'am.
Fine. Okay, so this way we can create vector. Now one more important thing I think we have not discussed. If you are not able to understand the syntax of any factor, or sorry, any function, what you can do, you can use here simple a question mark. This is for the help purpose, right? Once you are pressing Control Enter, you would be able to see there is some error in my case. Anyone who has performed this and got anything here at the fourth window, in the help window, are you getting something for the factor? Getting anyone? In my case, it's just showing me internal server error. Anyone who is getting? In my case, there are some problems. Nothing is generated. Anyone who is able to see something in the fourth window?
Yes, I got a factor description usage
Yes, this is what I.
arguments.
Very good. Thank you, ma'am. So that means at the fourth window, you can see the entire syntax of your factor. Means whatever you are giving here after the question mark, this is a help you are asking from the R. So that way it will guide you what is the syntax of this particular syntax, and sometimes it is also showing you with some examples also. So it will elaborate everything about the factor to you in this fourth window where I am getting the internal server error. Maybe I think I am lacking with the space problem. My system is lacking with the space problem. So that is why it is not generating in my case. But I think if you people have done that, you would be able to see something here in the fourth window, which is indicating you, which is showing you as a help of about the thing you are asking from the R. So I hope it is visible to everyone, those who have performed. I'm not knowing how many of you are doing. Asna ma'am, I think got it. So that's great. Fine. So vector is clear to everyone. Sorry, factor is clear to everyone. Yes. Anyone? Hello. Are you getting?
Yes, ma'am, it is clear.
It is clear, sir?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
ma'am.
Okay, fine. So I want to tell you one more thing. You can also use one more argument inside the factor, which is known as labels. So already it is showing the labels F and M. If suppose I want to change their order, I can write it like this also. So you can see previously it was showing me F and M. Now it is showing me M and F. So if you wish to change the order of your labels, that is also possible for you to do using the labels argument. Then friends, it is okay. Yes. Friends, fine it is.
Yes, ma'am, it is fine.
Fine. Okay. So I think all the three things which I discussed today, although I think we people are not much interacting, so I'm not understanding you are getting me or not. So one thing I have not covered here in the case of list, I think we can name the elements of list also that I have not covered. But as list we are not using much, so maybe it is okay. Mainly when I talk about the analysis of the data, we need to use the vector, factor, and the data frames, which I am going to discuss tomorrow, right? Today we have only seen the three things: vector, list, and the factor. These are the three data structures I discussed today. Also, I think so many things we have discussed today. There is functions I discussed today. There is method of creating these vectors, factor, and the list I tried to explain you. Manipulation we have understood. Indexing concept we have understood today. And if you are okay, shall I need to give you some exercises which you people can practice for tomorrow or before
Sure,
coming?
ma'am.
Thank you. So I'm writing some of the exercises here. If you wish, you can note down, or if you not noting it down, I'll try to paste all the exercises there in the chat, right? So you can copy from there.
Ma'am, is there any WhatsApp group you have created? Though the link you have shared through the mail, we are not able to join that group through that link.
Okay, Anjali ma'am, I think organizers have created the link, so we can request Yogra sir to share the link in the group.
Ma'am, actually,
We
we are
can.
not able to join any group. So we
Okay.
just got
So
the
at
link
the
on the
end
mail.
of the session, Yogra will be probably here. So we can request Yogra sir to share the WhatsApp group link to you. Right? So
Sure.
you can get that link from this chat box. And then you can join that group. Fine, ma'am.
All right, ma'am. Thank you.
Yeah. So create a vector of name of flowers. Name of suppose 5 flowers. X is the name of the flower. Then replace or manipulate. Manipulate. The of second. Then create a list with 6 elements of various types. Access the element of access this second element of list, store of character, and this position. Create another list and merge it with previous list. And create a character and store in new list with other elements. Access the elements of vector stored in the access the first. In last space, create a vector, create a categorical object for marital status. I think these are the exercises I have written. I'm copying them in the chat box. If you wish to copy from there, you can do that. Check out, are you able to get it from the chat or not? Visible in the chat? In the chat,
Yes,
exercise.
ma'am. It is showing.
Fine. So expecting you to perform all of them, which I have tried to mention in the chat, right? Perform at your end. So that way it will be a revision of the day. Now I'm going to conclude the session, and at the end I'll take your questions if you are having any, right? So friends, today is the day, today was the day 2, where I started the discussion of data structures. We have understood what is the data structures. So I think data structures are a very important concept in the R programming or in any of the programming, because it is resolving the problem of storing multiple values. As we have seen, when we are creating a simple object where we want to store multiple values, R is denying to do that. It is not accepting that. It is throwing errors for us. So in that case, the solution is that we can go for the data structures. So I told you data structures are what? Data structures are a way of manipulation of the data, of organization of the data, right? We can do the analysis and everything using the data structures. So data structures is the way or process of storing multiple, what I can say, entity or data points in any particular object. In R, there are 6 kind of data structures named as vector, list, vector, matrix, array, and the data frame, right? Today, we have discussed the first 3, that is vector, list, and vector. When I talked about vector, I told you vector is the data structure which is one-dimensional and it is homogeneous in nature. That means it can store the same kind of data inside it. If you are trying to store multiple type of data in any particular vector, R will use coercion and it will convert the remaining data points into the same data type. So that is the problem with the vectors. Vectors are homogeneous in nature. There are various methods. We have seen C function, we have seen colon method, we have seen sequence method, we have seen the repeat method to create vectors in R. Apart from that, we have also seen the important concept in R, which is indexing. Indexing means is to know the position of any element. In R, position of any element starts from 1, right? So if it is first element, position will be 1, for second element, position will be 2, and then likewise, right? So to know the position of any element, you can access that element and Excel will return the position of that element. So what you need to do, you need to use the square bracket to access the position. So after the name of the vector, you can use the square bracket. Inside that, you can pass the element, whatever you wish to. If it is there in your element, in your particular vector, so you can pass that element and Excel will return you its position. That element is stored at what position in that particular vector. So that is known as indexing. So using that indexing, we can go even for the manipulation also. If you want to replace any value which you have stored in any vector, so after accessing its position, you can change the element of that position. It is known as manipulation of the data. Also, we have seen the arithmetic operations which we can perform on the numeric vectors like addition, subtraction, multiplication, division, etc. You can easily perform on the 2 or more vectors. Then we have understood the concept of list. List is also one-dimensional, right? Apart from that, lists are heterogeneous in nature. Heterogeneous in nature meaning is what? It can use or it can store the data of multiple types, right? Means in a list, you can store numeric also, you can store character also, you can store the logical value also, you can store even the vector also, matrix also, list also. So that way, lists are heterogeneous in nature. And again, to access the element of the list, you need to take the help of square brackets. After the name of the list, you need to put the square brackets and then you need to put the element. It will return that element's position to you, right? Similarly, we have seen another concept of the data structure, which is factor. What factors are doing for us? Factors are converting your qualitative data into the categorical data. If you are having any character vector, if you wish to convert it into the factor, you can use the factor function, and that way it will convert that particular character vector into the factor. So factor means you can understand what are the categories available in your data. So that way factor is providing you the labels. So that way you can see what are the various categories available in that particular data or in that particular vector. So this way, this was the third data structure which we have discussed today. So I think we have seen the syntaxes and everything today about these 3 different data structures, and few more things we have understood. Apart from that, we have I think I have already provided you some of the exercises which I'm expecting you to perform. That way, I think you will get the clarity whether you have understood what we have discussed today, right? So now I think I'm opening to take your questions. If you're having any questions, any query, you people can ask me about what we have discussed today. Yeah, so platform is open.
Hello.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Hello. Yeah.
Yes, sir. I can hear you.
So is it possible for you, whenever we commence the session, at least a 5 minute or 10 minute, we can, like do a revision and all, like, right?
Sir, not getting
Every
you.
session.
Repeat it again.
Yeah. Now, is it clear now?
Means I can hear you, but once you are talking me continuously in so many sentences, that is not clear to me. Will you please repeat again?
Okay. Yeah. See, what I'm saying right now, when we commence the session, so what we can do a revision first, like now. In every
Means
session.
of a previous day? Revision of a previous day, you are saying me?
Yeah. Some sort of, at least for a 5 minute or 10 minute, like, prior to commencing the session.
Rajesh sir, it is possible for me to do, but I think problem is people are not interacting, so I'm not getting clearly. So that way I start with my own pace. So it's better if you people are interacting with me. So tomorrow what I'll do before starting, means after starting the session, 5-minute revision I'll do, but I think I'm expecting the communication, because at the if I'm communicating at one end, it is not possible for me to understand. In the revision, it is the participation is required from all of you.
Pakka, sure, we'll do the participation. And the only problem with me is that I missed the first session, like. So that is the reason, like, a little bit difficulty I'm facing, like.
Today was your first session.
Today was my first session. Yesterday I joined late, like, around, like 6 o'clock, like, or something like that.
I think once you have joined, I think you have asked about. I think it is you are there, right, Rajesh?
Yeah, Rajesh.
Okay.
I was there yesterday also. I was there today also. So yesterday it was a bit late for me, right?
Fine. So Rajesh, I think promise. I do not have any problem. I'm ready for that, but I am expecting the interaction. If it is possible for you people to do, I think it will be easier for me to understand also. Fine.
Fair enough. I will do that. Like, I will try to do that.
Fine. So tomorrow, before starting the session, is after starting the session, not before, after starting the session, 5-10 minutes revision we will do of today, whatever I have tried to explain you. Also, I've given you the exercises. I think if you people are performing those things, that way I can start with that particular thing also. So that way it will be a kind of revision for all of you. Is it fine, sir?
Yeah, ma'am. It's quite fine, like, very fine, like.
Fine. So I'll start with that, and then I'll connect you with the next agenda of the day. Fine.
Yes, sir. And if at all we can get agenda point before that, like tomorrow you are going to take some session.
I think if you have seen the flyer of the FDP, it is already mentioned. If not, I'm telling you, tomorrow I'm going to discuss the remaining 3 data structures, that is matrix, array, and data frame.
Okay, no problem. No
Fine.
problem. Thank you so much.
Fine. Anju ma'am, are you there on a WhatsApp group? Anju ma'am, I hope you can hear me. No. So, okay, we can request from Yogra sir. Yogra sir, are you there? Sir, I think these people are requiring the group WhatsApp group link. Anju ma'am is not there. Negi sir is not there. Yeah, thank you. So I think Anju ma'am and Negi sir, if you are not there on a WhatsApp, you people can join the WhatsApp group. Yesterday's session link is available there. Means YouTube links are there. So sir will again share the same message after you people joining the group. So you people can join the WhatsApp group if you people are not there previously.
Okay. I share my number also. You can add me also.
Rajesh sir, I think I'm not the admin of that particular group. So if you can copy the link somewhere in the join.
No problem, ma'am.
Yeah.
No problem. No problem.
Fine. Because I'm not the admin, so I cannot add you.
Fair enough. No problem.
Yeah. Fine. So friends, I think no other query for the day. We can wind up the session today. Only expectation from all of you is that if you have heard me today and if you people have performed everything along with me, please do the exercises which I have already shared on this chat box, right? And then I'm expecting you come tomorrow. We will start with the same exercises if you people have performed well and good enough. If not, I'll show you how to do that. And then we will start with the tomorrow's agenda. That is the remaining 3 data structures named as array, matrix, and data frames, right? Fine, everyone? Any other query for the day?
No, ma'am. No, there's no query.
Thank you, Negi sir. Thank you so much. Okay, friends, if there are no queries, we can wind up the session for the day. Meeting tomorrow. Good night. Take care. Yoga sir, I think we are done for the day.
Thank you, Yogesh. Thank you so much.